So my friend Summer has a LuLaRoe, I think that's what it's called, LuLaRoe shop. And I did my first order. The leggings are super soft, and I think I like the pattern. I think I'd like it a lot more if it didn't have the lines in it, but they're very, very soft. I got the tall and curvy kind because everybody said I was too tall for the other kind, and they're a little big in the waist. Like, they're not like saggy big, but they're definitely too big. But the length is really nice, so they pull up a little bit around my ankles, which is nice. And this is a Randy. They're the baseball tees, and I'm gonna wash this one because I hope the sleeves will get a little softer. But the cut's really nice. It fits my giant chest, which is always helpful. And I like the length a lot. It comes down pretty low. So yeah, I mean, overall, I'm pretty pleased with my first LuLaRoe purchase thing. I'm not sure. I'll have to see how they wear because the leggings are really expensive. So I'll have to see how they wear. But oh, they are really soft and super comfortable. They're like pajama comfortable. So I can see why everybody gets excited about them because I can't stop touching them. So that's positive. There's a kitty over there. And we are gonna have a really long day today, so I should probably get to it. I should probably get started, huh, buddy? I have to cook 2 of the Terrace Kitchen meals today because they have expiration dates on the meat, and they both expire today. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cook them and then just heat them up, for like tomorrow. And I think that'll be nice because I have an hour break today. And I don't have any breaks at all tomorrow, so that's probably a good idea anyway, to go ahead and cook. There's gonna be a chicken pesto and turkey meatballs, I think. Ground turkey meatballs. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Yum. Yum. And there he is again. He wants noms. So remember how I was doing the pages for the month of all the lists of to-dos? It's like that got complicated and obnoxious. So I now have this guy that I put inside the same notebook. Look, I'm wearing those. I changed my mind on these, by the way. These are so comfortable. Totally worth the price of the leggings. I'm really, really happy. So that means I have high hopes for that Randy softening up in the laundry. Right, so I'm just gonna use this now to keep everything on track for the month and all my to-dos and whatnot. So I'm glad they were on sale, so that's great. Very pleased with the saley parts. Does this have information about me? No. No, okay, super good. Yeah, so I've still got all the pockets to hold on to all the receipts and things that I need to hang on to. And then I have the bigger pocket right here of all the stuff that needs to be taken care of. Like I need to vote by proxy for a stockholders meeting. I need to RSVP for my college's reunion, blah, blah, blah. But in here is gonna be all of my to-dos that were on those individual pages. So I'm liking this a lot better already. Like, it feels better. And then on blank days, I can fill in with pretty stickers and things and make it gorgeous. This washi tape pulled up perfectly off of the bottom of the January page, and I was able to transplant it beautifully. And then this little succulent right here popped out perfectly, like perfectly. And I just transplanted it up here. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. I think this will show off the washi and the stickers, and I'll feel better about life looking at a pretty list instead of just a thing. So I'm still using the other one, the little one, as my like diary, as my little things to remember deal for artistic purposes. This one's really more of a functioning planner situation. So pleased. So a couple of things. One, I helped P unpack the truck that had all of his mom's stuff from the first move. I'm awkwardly putting my earbuds back in their little case, but I'm having to use my armpit because classy. Yeah, so I helped P unload the truck last night, and my legs hurt so much today. So that's the thing that's happening. Every time I move in a particular direction, the backs of my thighs just go, ah! Just like that. The other thing is I have decided that I'm gonna start having no spend days. I am going to make it a game because I got very spendy in December. I got very spendy, and I can see how this planner situation will only encourage my spendiness. And I'm already into those essential oils, which are so expensive, and I really do like my clothes, which are also really expensive. And then stuff for the house and blah, 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 and it never ends, and food and whatever else. So I am going to go on a bit of a, not a retrench. What am I trying to say? I'm going to be more cautious, more conscientious. Whatever, I'm gonna have not spending days, no spending days. So today, Thursday, and Friday, I'm going to try not to spend any money at all. 2 days a week. Saturday, Dad is coming over to do the recessed shelves. Do you say recessed or recessed? What do you say? I think I say recessed. I can't figure it out. Anyway, we're gonna do the recessed shelves on this wall right here, and we're gonna put shelves in between the studs, and then we're gonna trim it out in the molding, and that will cost money, so I'll have to spend money on Saturday. So it's probably a good thing that I'm not spending money today or tomorrow. So my plan is to try to stick some of my serving pieces on like display plates and some of the antique china that are from my grandmother's and blah, blah, blah in there, and free up some cabinet space to hide some of this ugly stuff. So that's what's happening Saturday, I think. Today, with my no spending day, I'm actually going to get money back because I am taking a set of pens I bought back to the Hobby Lobby, and I also have a free drink on the Starbucks. And if it's a free drink, it doesn't count as spending, or am I making things up so I can get the Starbucks? That's the tricky part. I feel like it's not money, it's a free thing. So it's not even money that I've prepaid on a card already, which I have decided that even though I load my card up with money for the month for my Starbucks, that's still money that's getting spent. Even though it's not really officially spent, it's already been charged to my card, I've already paid it. I still think using that on my no spend days would be cheating. But I don't think using one of the free things is. I feel like that's okay. So maybe I should start saving my free things for no spend days so I can still have a treat. Make this easier. I'm also contemplating what I'm giving up for Lent this year. I want to make it really super hard and really super effective. And by effective, I mean like meaningful. Like Jesus doesn't care what I eat. He doesn't care. But what I'm saying is I want it to be beneficial for me. I want it to make me feel like a better person. I want it to make me a better person, not just feel like a better person. So Lent is about sacrifices and sacrificing things that you love and that you want, but it's also about making sure that those around you are loved and cared for and encouraged and all that kind of stuff. I think of Lent season as, and I'm not very religious, so I'm sure all of the, my super churchy friends will know this more than I do. But my gut feeling on Lent, and this is not based in any actual fact or study or whatever, but my gut feeling on Lent is it's an opportunity to really focus on being Christ-like. And that includes the sacrifice, and it includes the encouraging and loving and forgiving. So that's what I'm going with. So I'm doing some really super hard things. This is an opportunity for me to break some habits that I've gotten into, because I can do it for Jesus. So gonna take that opportunity to do that, and then work on giving things as well, not just giving up, but giving of time and giving of encouragement and giving of whatever else. So it'll be a combination of the sacrifice and the give it up with love and gratitude. Does that make sense? Whatever. So now I have an hour break for lunch. Thank goodness I had a cancellation. And my share is coming to spend the night tonight. So I really need to make sure that the bathroom is clean. Her sheets are clean, I know that, but I don't know if the bathroom is or not. So I need to make sure of that. I've already vacuumed the stairs. So I think we're in pretty good shape for that. That's really all I got for now. Face is doing great, but let's not talk about it because that'll jinx it and I'll wake up with giant leprosy things on my face. Chin. You know what I mean. That is a black bean burger with smushed avocado and chipotle saucy stuff. And I put my 2 top buns and my 2 bottom buns over there. But that's pretty good. The plan today was to start on the shelves and then finish them tomorrow, except that it is raining in some sort of like biblical proportions. I feel like today's entry in the planner journal thing is gonna be a little arc because it's nuts outside. I met Dad at the Home Depot and it was kind of a harrowing experience trying to get there. Like roads are blocked off and I wiggled and like not hydroplaned exactly, but I definitely lost contact with the road a couple of times with 1 or 2 of the tires. So we have a plan, and instead of doing all that today, because we can't paint today anyway because it's so wet, we'll, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a little diagram like to scale of how I want the shelf to look, how I want each of the shelves to line up in between the studs. I'm gonna measure out where the studs are, and then I'm gonna use painter's tape to block off where I want the hole to actually go in the sheetrock, and then how far the molding is gonna come out around the studs and above and whatever. I have 10-foot ceilings, and the door I think is 9 feet tall, so I would like the trim to match up with where the door is, and have the trim, the top of the trim molding of the shelves match up where the top of the trim molding of the door is. But I'm not sure how, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of molding on that wall. Anyway, we're gonna look around, we're gonna see what's what and figure it out. My neighbor Maggie is out in the rain testing her Ring doorbell thing, I think. Oh wait, I don't know. They might be having some sort of, gutter rain problem. Uh-oh. I think they might be having some rain problems with the roof. Oh, that's bad. Oh dear. Well, I don't know. They're pointing at other roofs. I don't know what's going on. They seem to be upset about something. Trying to figure something out. So anyway, lots of rain. Gonna show you something. Hang on. See all that? That is an accumulation of several hours of rainfall. This little pine, wait, hang on. Can I get my finger in there? This little pine island right here is an actual floating island in the water. It's not hitting the ground at all. It's floating. It moves around as the current pulls it. So, yep. Also, these are the trees. Wait a minute. These are the trees, some of the trees that our landscapers destroyed. Yeah, it's great. Update on my neighbors. They weren't actually looking at a leak. They were looking at the dryer vent because they're doing some laundry room renovation, and they were just making sure that the dryer vent wasn't clogged or whatever while they were doing it. So I feel much better. Glad they're handling it. Glad everything is fine. They're installing their cabinets and stuff, and they're putting a butcher block over. They have front-loading washing and drying, so they're gonna put a butcher block over the top of it, and it's gonna look really good. I'm very excited for them. Update on the shelving. Don't have as much room as I thought I did. I thought I had space for 3, and it turns out there's a stud right in the middle of the wall. So there's a stud right there and a stud right there, and I don't want it to be so crammed up on either side, so I think I'm just gonna have to do 2 panels, which makes it a whole lot easier and a little bit cheaper, really. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna take it all the way to the top here, I think. I'll measure and see if that's level, because it felt like that was really high when I had it at the top of that. So maybe that's where the molding can go. And I think that might line up with this. I'll figure it out. I think it would look better if it lined up and went all the way across. So I'll have to measure and make sure. But so far this is what we got. So there will be a stud right here, and it'll be trimmed out with molding. And then there will be shelves going up. I'm thinking maybe four or five shelves on each side. I'll have to measure out and see. I want it to be practical so you can actually put stuff in there, and they won't be adjustable shelves because I don't like the little look of dots, the little exposed dowel dots or whatever. But I think in the end this is gonna look really good. I think it's gonna look great when it's done. I may go a little lower, I don't know, I'll have to look at it. Okay, we are all mapped out. So I have done the math and figured out after you do the finishing on the insides of the studs how much room I'm gonna have for actual shelving, and then I'll have to factor out, when I figure out how many shelves I want, each one of those shelves is gonna cost me an inch in height as well. And then this way I'll end up having about 20.5 inches, which is not bad. So here's the inside of this shelf, because we'll put the beadboard down first and then we'll trim out the studs, and then the trim will actually end up moving a little this way to cover that extra piece that we're gonna do on the inside to finish out the stud. So that'll move slightly. I didn't do that quite right, but I wanted to have the hole cut correctly, so, and just get a general idea. So the stud is probably, the trim out piece of the stud is probably gonna be about an inch, so we'll very likely move in about that much with the trimmy part. But the trim is 3.5 inches. That's what this is. This is 3.5 inches on the inside here. So have that all marked, and then the inside bits, and how the stud, according to my stud finder, is only 1.75 inches, which concerns me a little bit. It makes me wonder if there's some kind of weirdness happening in there, because I thought the studs were either 2 inches or 1.5. Like, it's weird that this is 1.75, but whatever. Right, so I think that's gonna look great. I'm really excited about that. I like that it's gonna be 2 shelves instead of 3. I think it'll go over much better. Oh, there's me, hi. Yeah, so now I am gonna get out my graph paper and figure out how the shelves are gonna look. Hooray! Yeah, I know, and again with the recycling. I'll get you a treat in a minute. Hang on, I wanna talk about this first. So this has grown because we did a lot of talking about molding and how it's gonna poke out and how we're gonna do all that, and how Mom decided, well, didn't decide, but Mom had the opinion that it looked kind of like it was floating when it ended about here. It looked like it was just floating and needed to be weighted down. So we're taking it all the way down to the bottom now. Yeah, I know, I'm over by your treats, hang on. So at the bottom of this, we're just gonna put, all the knees, hi buddy. So at the bottom of this bit here, up against the molding at the Poozy What's It, we're going to put a piece. So the molding around the door is 2 pieces. I don't know if we've talked about this yet. This is a piece and this is a piece. So we're just gonna use this piece and put it around all the perimeter, and then put it down, oh my goodness, put it down along here right up against the Who's What's It, so it can be a little heavier at the bottom, feel weighted down. Would you look at this? Goodness. Poor kitty with no attention. Poor meow. Anyway, it is 7:30 on a Saturday night. I'm ready for bed. It's been a rainy, kind of dreary day, and I'm just kind of over it. So, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna feed this kitty a treat and then go get in bed. Yeah. And that was my week. Encourage each other with sweetness and light, and I'll see you next Sunday.